What up, everybody? Brian Willis here, no relation to Bruce, and welcome to another episode of Boom Boom! Gloves off. Today, we are going to be talking about the bad boy of the... Is it the fast food industry? Mambos. Now, I've spoken about Mambos before. I mean, you can check that episode out. I know when I talk about Mambos chicken, one thing comes to mind. Perverts. Everything, every advert has to be something to do with some sexual innuendo. Okay, sometimes granted they do go political, sometimes they go and diss Winky D, sometimes they go and talk about the opposition, sometimes it's soccer. You know, like the thing that got me to talk about Mambos this time is their latest ad. The one about our nuts will make you come for more, and it's got this like woman who suspiciously looks underage for me, and she's got like chocolate drooling like... Okay, you know what? The thing with Mambos for me is you can tell the direction that they're trying to take with their adverts. They're trying to be clever, they're trying to be smart. I mean, you need to know what you're doing when you're dealing with copy. And it's quite evident with Mambos that the person, or not person, but the brand that they're copying is Nandos. They are copying Nandos, and Nandos has a certain finesse when they deal with their chicken. With their chicken. Okay, their chicken is nice, but when they deal with their adverts, they got a certain finesse when they write their copy. They can write something so perverted, but you know, because it was done so cleverly, you laugh so much that you actually forget that we're in Zimbabweans, when it comes to like our moral fiber, you know, we lay it on a bit too thick. And then you got Mambos. I mean, so since Mambos loves to like compete with Nandos, I thought, look, let me give them a chance, because in all honesty, every time I see a Mambos advert, I haven't felt inclined to try their food. And to me, already that's a red flag. But I didn't want to seem unfair and just say that their adverts are rubbish. I just thought, hey, look, maybe let's talk about their product. And then maybe we can give a proper review on whether their adverts are really more bite than bark, or is it just more bark than bite. And we're here, ladies and gentlemen. So, to make this a bit fair, we're going to be giving it a point system. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be rating out of 5. And I've got location, store presentation, customer service, menu options, prices, packaging, food presentation, taste, and value for money. First on the list, location. Now, I'm sure each and every one of you knows that Mambos is limited to just one location, and it's been the case since 2018. And because of this, it really limits accessibility for people like who are from, you know, far away. Like they're in town, like in CBD. Like imagine if somebody from Borrowdale wants to get a meal, or somebody from Greendale. The traffic, the hassles. Versus Nandos. Nandos is also there in town, but they're a little bit outside of town. But they don't just have one branch. There's Borrowdale, there's Chizzy, there's Masasa. It's easier to access. So without further ado, on location, I'm gonna have to give it to Nandos. And I'll give Nandos a 4.5 out of 5. And Mambos a 1. Store presentation. When I walked into the shop, how did I feel? I have to say I was quite impressed by Mambos. Their stores were clean. The branding was everywhere. It was on point. But I had to take away a point because I felt like they were shadowing Nandos branding wise. They are a bit more colorful than Nandos, so I will give Mambos a 3 out of 5. And I will give Nandos a 4 out of 5. Simply because Nandos just feels more original branding wise. But that's not a bad score for Mambos, really, to be to be honest. Customer service. When I walked up to the till to get my orders, I have to say both brands, when it comes to customer service, I was impressed. I was dealing with beautiful ladies, pretty ladies all across the board. So I'm gonna give them both a 4.5 on customer service. Now we got menu options. Looking at the menus, Mambos seems to have quite a bit on their menu, but Nandos, yeah, when you walk into Nandos, it's got quite a variety. So when it comes to like, you know, your choices, I think Nandos has a better choice all across the board. So I'll be giving Mambos 3 out of 5, and Nandos I'll be giving a 3.5. Then we got prices. I think this one is without a doubt that Nandos is going to lose this one because yeah, it's a bit more pricier, but maybe it's to do with their target market. I don't know, but Nandos is going to lose this one. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, and I am giving Mambos a 3 out of 5 because even though Mambos was cheaper than Nandos, it was more expensive than Chicken Inn. Packaging. So we start off with Mambos. Now I have to say, plastics. We're dealing with a lot of environmental issues. So for people to still be using plastic this day and age, of course I'm grateful that they gave me a plastic without any issues, but yeah, there is this inside, and as you can tell, it didn't really handle the heat very well. So yeah, to be fair, it wasn't like this when we got it. It was actually very well presented when we got it. It was quite alright. Yeah, so that's Mambos. Now Nandos. Now please take note that these were bought 20-30 minutes apart. We bought the Mambos first, and then we bought Nandos. Now they were both under the same conditions, and this is Nandos packaging, all paper, and look at that, all for you. I mean, when people were there ordering, they were ordering huge things, like, and you know, I was there just waiting for this small little thing, but you know, just that little small little message just makes you feel like, no, thank you Nandos. So presentation wise, it comes in a bag, and you got your chips, yep, and then you got your, okay, this is a quarter chicken, lemon and herb. So you can get lemon and herb, spicy, chili, or what's the other one? Just lemon, I think. Yeah, so that's the variety. And then you got your, of course, your napkin and your sauces and whatnot. So when it comes to the packaging, I have to give Mambos 2.5 out of 5, and I am giving Nandos 4.5 out of 5 for the packaging. Food presentation. So this is Mambos. The chips, they don't look like they have too much going on. I don't see any burnt chips. I don't see any, but they don't really look exciting. But at $4, I mean, it's what you expect. This is not a restaurant. This is a fast food joint. So presentation wise, yeah, it's, I mean, if you're hungry and you want to buy something for lunch, you know, it works, I suppose. I'm not gonna complain that much. Let's say I'm gonna give this a 3. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 because it does look edible. And yeah, I want to try it out, so I'll give this a 3 out of 5. Now we go on to Nandos. Okay, let's start with the chips. So okay, presentation wise, the chips look paler than Mambos. Surprising, huh? And the chicken, please note that this is my first time opening this. I haven't touched this. Okay, so I got a wing portion, my least favorite portion. Also, another thing that maybe people need to consider is that Nandos is flame grilled. It's flame grilled, right? Yeah, it's flame grilled, and Mambos is deep fried, coated. So yeah, the chickens are gonna have a different vibe to them. But presentation wise, looking at the Nandos chicken, it looks like it was bitten. So I don't know if they cut it or they just, some guy was just like, you know, and if they did do that, then did I get a fair share? I mean, are they being accurate when they give you your portions? Who knows? So Nando's presentation wise, when I look at my food, I'm gonna have to give Nando's a 2.5. Taste. Fast food joints, I don't know what the story is, and I'm talking to all of you, okay? Nando's, Mambos, chicken slice, chicken in, this, after ordering such a meal, this, no, you need to stop this, really. Anyway, this is gonna have to fit 2 pieces of chicken and chips. Okay, I don't know what's going on with their chips, but their chips have a weird taste. They are well cooked though. They don't have that like almost raw potato feel. It's actually quite nice. The chicken is not bad. And yes, I'm gonna go full Zimbo on the chicken. I'm not gonna, you know, be like, oh, I'm done, and you just throw this up. No, that's not how we eat chicken in here. Don't do that here. The chicken is very well cooked. I love that even though the branding goes like, it feels like they're attacking Nando's or they're shadowing Nando's. Their real rival, I feel Mambo's real rival is Chicken In. And when I eat this chicken, I'm not getting a Chicken In vibe. Of course it's coated and whatnot, it's similar in that regard, but it doesn't taste like Chicken In. It tastes more like KFC. But maybe KFC is maybe a review for another day, but I told you, I'm gonna go full Zimbo on this. Am I enjoying my meal so far? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, should I? Okay, I'm not gonna chew them. Okay, I'm not gonna go that Zimbo on the bone. Like, this is enough. Okay, now for the, is this a breast or a thigh? And I told you I'm not gonna go full Zimbo on the bone, so leave me alone. I can already hear you guys rating me. Ah, that's not how we Zimbabweans eat our chicken. You want me to do the whole? No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so the chicken is not bad, and it's very well cooked. Didn't see any traces of blood. The chicken didn't look like a very highly qualified veterinarian could bring it back to life. It was well done. It wasn't underdone. Because I've seen some instances whereby you break off a piece of the chicken and there's like some blood dripping out and you're like, jeez. The chips, however, I have an issue with the chips. I don't like their chips. I don't know, it's like they use substandard potatoes. I don't know, but they are edible. That's Mambos for you. So taste wise, Mambos, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I like their chicken, I like the coating, I like the flavor, and that's probably the main thing about the meal. But then like their chips, although they do look more presentable or more flavorful than the Nando's ones, they didn't live up to what I expected. So now we got Nando's. Lemon and herb. I just realized I forgot to put some sauce. Okay, so Nandos seems to... Okay, Nandos seems to have their sachet game in order. So this is their lemon and herb, flame grilled. It's got a smoky taste to it. I feel like I should hurry up with the chewing, but at the same time it feels like it ruins the experience, so excuse me. With Nandos, I like the way it tastes like the flavor really sinks into the flesh of the bird, because I can still taste the flavor deep in the bird's flesh. It doesn't feel like it's only like more concentrated on the surface. Nope, the chips are terrible. Chips are... yeah, the chips could do with a bit more flavor. These were a bit too plain. I don't know if this is a Nando's thing or it was just this particular dish. I don't know, but Nando's could do with a bit more spices on their chips. So, I mean, the Mambos chips were not good either. Well, they're not that good, but these are worse. I do like their chicken though. I just don't like the wing portion. I wish they gave me like the other side. Yeah, I think I can give a review. Overall, I love their chicken, man, but their chips are a very big disappointment for me. So I'm just gonna give this meal a 2.5. But then I don't know if this is Nando's on a regular or I just got, you know, that bad batch of the group or whatever. I don't know, but this, to be honest, I'm actually quite disappointed. So this brings us to our last category, value for money. And I'm gonna group everything into one because it's all about the experience. It's all about how you feel when you walk in. And Mambos, I walked in, I was greeted by friendly staff, I got friendly service, everybody was smiling, and to me that was a good experience. And their food was $4 for 2 pieces of chicken and some chips, as you saw. The service, like I said, was good. And then with Nando's, again, same story. Their service is on point. Staff is always smiling. I remember there was a point when we sat at the wrong spot and one of their waiters actually came and asked, hey, is this a takeaway? Because you might be sitting in the wrong place. Your takeaways are collected that side. And we explained to her why we were sitting, and she was just like, oh, you know what, enjoy the rest of your day, make yourselves as comfortable as possible. So great service from both guys. But then when it comes to like value for money now, the food. I paid $4 for Mambos and I paid $5.50 for Nando's. And with Nando's there was less chips, and okay, I'm not gonna say there was less chicken because they do quarter chickens, they don't do like pieces, but there was less chips, and because of that it felt like it was less food. But you know, how do I put this? Value for money, I'm gonna give it to Mambos. So overall it looks like Nando's wins, but not really by a large margin. And I was actually surprised that Nando's lost where it matters, taste and value for money. Of course, the taste side of things, there are a lot of variables involved. I mean, it can be my personal preferences versus maybe the person who made the chicken at Nando's had a sick relative or I don't know if that's how it is across the board, but this is what I got now and this is how I feel. So value for money, for me, I think Mambos takes it. So maybe those adverts that Mambos is always giving out to us are not so bad. But look, Mambos, look, to be honest, I think you just need to like invest in like proper copy when you come up with some of these clever adverts, because some of them, they just, you know, we want you to win, we don't want you to lose, we want you to win, but we can't always be like seeing an advert and be like, come on man, Mambos again. You need to stop that, yeah? So that's it for today's Gloves Off review. I'm Brian Willis, no relation to Bruce. If you want to contact us on email, glovesoffzw@gmail.com. If you want to talk to me on Twitter, it's at BrianWillisZW. Thank you so much, and thank you for the love and support. We out.